What's up, y'all? Talk Back Tuesday. Holla at your girl. I'm Charity Bailey. What we talking about today? Well, y'all know I like to think back on some of the lessons that I've learned for the week. And last week I had a few moments of growth. Some situations that happened that had me go, girl, you doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. Because a lot of times I have growth lessons where I'll be like, ooh, child, you are not doing a good job. You still need to grow there, right there. But last week I had some pretty good moments where I was like, go girl. So first of all, they say if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I got a call from my agent, booked a few gigs, and realized for the first time ever, I was ready. Like, they could have told me to get on a plane in 10 minutes and I would have been ready. What am I talking about? Okay, so in the past, like, my body wasn't ready because I wasn't consistently working out, hadn't been on my A game with that. I wouldn't have had the money to, maneuver like I needed to. My heart and soul ain't always been, clicking the way it's supposed to. I was ready. Like, I was here boxing, so pumped, telling coach, like, yo, like, I'm ready. Like, my body looks the way that it needs to look. My heart and mind are on point. Like, everything is just clicking on all cylinders. I was ready to go. And I know it sounds so cliche, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, but it's so true. Like, if you prepare for what you know God has for you, when the door opens, whew, like, I was ready to go to the airport. I'm like, just tell me the day and time. We good. We good. So that was first. Then I got to the shoot, and for this shoot we did our own makeup, and I realized I left my entire eyeshadow palette at home. Mind you, I had laid everything out the night before in the hotel, so I was ready to go in the morning and didn't realize that I didn't have my eyeshadow palette. Now, in the past, that would have been a complete meltdown. A complete meltdown. What am I going to do? I got to go to Walgreens. I'm running behind. That morning, I got up. I prayed. I got on the Peloton. Spent some time in the gym. And my stuff was all laid out. I had steamed my dress the night before. Had my other outfits ready to go. My backup outfits. And so because I had prepared, I was good. So I assessed the situation. I'm like, okay, it's 8 a.m. Ain't no malls open. It's LA. I ain't gonna get there in time anyway. It's a Ralph's next door. It's a CVS down the street. What you gonna do? Then I recall. See, my mama, she teaches you all the tips and tricks, and when you gotta just pull a rabbit out the hat, move on a dime. Thank you, Sister Janice, for all your teaching. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, I know it's a whole bunch of residue left over in these brushes. I'm going to do the creases or the outsides of my eyes. And then this blush, I'm going to use it as the color. And da-da-da, and yada, yada, yada. Okay, bet. I'm good. Y'all, I beat my face down. Probably one of the best makeup jobs I've ever done. Shout out to Kiana Watts, my makeup artist. Child, I miss you so much. I missed you that day, too. But, yeah, I was like, man, I didn't freak out. Growth. Did a great job, nailed the shoot, came on back home. I stayed calm. I did what I knew to do, worked my strategy, killed the shoot, boom. That's something that Coach always drives home here in our training sessions, is that, champ, you're in charge. You set the temperature. Stay in charge, stay in control of the situation, work your strategy. And even if your game plan don't go the way it's supposed to, get back to the strategy. What's the goal? What's the plan? What's the strategy? Work it. I did it. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, boom. Then I had another gig lined up this week. It's supposed to be for an entire week in San Diego. And Friday, my agent calls me and goes, bad news bears. They decided to go with another guy. And I was like, okay. And she was like, don't worry, we're going to book you these other things. We have all these other things in the pipeline. Like, every time we send your stuff out, you're killing it. And I was like, it's all good. It's okay. And I really meant that. typically I'd be like, oh man, yada yada yada. I'd be all in my head about it. Like, there was nothing I could do. I nailed the self-tape, which is why they called me back. They called me back the Friday before I was supposed to report on Monday to say we decided against something else. But I mean, in our business, nothing is nothing until it's something, until contracts are signed. But I was on standby because I was ready, and it just didn't work out. And I literally was like, no, it's okay. Like, that means that either God has something better for me, or God is protecting me from something. And I'm just learning that, like, I'm always where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. And that's been a hard pill to swallow, because timing really is everything. Another saying that is so cliche, but it really is true. I don't want nothing anymore that's not for me. Not a job, not a friendship, not a relationship, not a car, not a house. I don't want anything that is not mine. The saints used to say, you know, sometimes rejection is God's protection, and that's annoying, but it's very true, right? Like, I don't know what was on the other side of that. It could have been amazing. It could have been catastrophic. I don't know. I know that they made a decision to go with somebody else. That means that I'm free to do what is truly mine. And it gets frustrating. Our business is very frustrating, especially, like, I mean, and just in general, like, you see other people getting promoted, landing gigs, and you're like, excuse me. But another lesson I picked up last week, I was watching Bill Russell, rest in peace, talking to Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. And he was telling Kobe that he was proud of them, and that he judges a man's game based on his agenda. And that rang so close to home for me, because it's like, keep your eyes on your own paper. You can't judge another person's path, another person's game, another person's strategy if you don't know their agenda. My agenda, my goals, my strategy, they're different than the next person's, right? So yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge a person by their social media reels. You do not know what it took for them to get where they're going. You don't know where they're at while they're actually there. Sometimes we think that the person is having an amazing time, and really they're going through one of the toughest, roughest spots in their lives. And they're hanging on by a thread, just trying to fulfill their purpose and stay the course to continue to succeed for the agenda that they set for themselves. It's the whole thing, y'all. Anyway, all that to say, I've grown in some places, and I have a lot of other places where I still need a whole lot of growth. Because I'm telling you, my mouth gets loose sometimes. And I'm like, okay, Lord, that's what we going to work on next. They don't call them growing pains for nothing, right? All right, y'all, I'm going to wrap up. But y'all talk back to me on this Tuesday. What are some areas in your life that you know you need to work on? Where are some of the spaces in your life where you realize you've grown? And when you get the call, will you be ready, or are you gonna be shuffling around? It really, really hit home this week that I was ready, because guess what? If you're ready, anything is possible. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good day. Love yourselves, love each other, and remember, season 2 of Grow We Need to Talk is live wherever you consume your podcast. We're working on season 3. I love you. Holla.